Platinum Games Network, Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Battlefield 5 Firestorm set to release soon in the next few days. So I'm very excited for that. Oh, that was a close call. Look how beautiful Battlefield 4 still looks. I'm playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm gonna jump off and just waiting for the right time, which might be now. We can get a little bit more towards that. And he failed to do so the way I wanted to. Oh, that was a rough landing too. Yep, I saw that tank and I tried to cut the corner, but it was too late. So I'm really looking forward to Firestorm. I've been patiently waiting until it's released, but it's kind of kept me off the game because they didn't get a chance to add more maps than the maps they added after the game launched, which was like Firestorm. Can't think of any other map off the top of my head right now, but there are new game modes as well that they added. So now this Battle Royale mode is about to launch, and it's going to be insane.
Objective Charlie has been neutralized.
That's like no damage to that tank.
There's an enemy LAV east of your location.
Alright. Try to get one of these bases. I will say that trying to move around in Battlefield 4 is not as easy as it is in Battlefield 5. So kudos to Battlefield to becoming more and more smooth. Look at the God light from PlayStation 4 Pro. You see the way the light creaks between everything, including the gates. Incredible. And that's something that you see in most games when playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro, regardless if it's been updated for PS4 Pro support. And that's thanks to the boost mode, which will boost the game's maximum capabilities to adjust to the new hardware, which is really cool. Not something we was able to get last generation. And that being said, when I say that comment, I'm clearly not talking about computers and PCs, because that's exactly how it's been for PC gamers forever. Once they upgrade their system, their existing games take advantage of the latest technology and play better. Alright, I'm getting chased out of that one. And I knew that the other guy was going to be coming this side. I don't care about how many times I die. What I care about is winning the objective. Currently, it's neck and neck. Seems that we have a chance of taking over Alpha. And right now we're approaching Freddy. But I wanted to slow down, man. There you go.
Objective Foxtrot has been neutralized.
We're about to capture it.
I have eyes on an enemy tank east of your location.
Alright, I'm gonna try to go up.
Objective Foxtrot is now ours.
See what's up there.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I saw him throw it. But now that I know he's up there, I'm coming for him. From the footage that has been released, and I don't think anybody should have expected anything less simply because the rest of the games always look incredible. Here we are playing Battlefield 4 all these years later, and the graphics still look incredible. The map designs.
Objective Delta's been lost. I say again, we have lost.
That being said, also, if somebody has some kind of criticism as to how Battlefield 5 has launched, don't believe that that means that the game is unsuccessful. If anything, Battlefield 4 proves that people could play Battlefield several years later. So it's only a matter of time in the entire lifespan of Battlefield 5 that people would actually not, stop picking it up, or stop buying it, stop trying to stop playing it. This is 6 years later, and you can still play online Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. That's why Battlefield is in good standing right now. It's not about how much sales each individual game gets. It's about how much active players they have in total for every game. People are still playing Modern Warfare. I mean, some people are still playing the modern combat in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline, and some people are playing Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. Some people are even playing Battlefield 2 on the PC from back in the early 2000s. So eventually, a lot of those people will pick up Battlefield 5, and by that time it's gonna have tons of new maps, all free content. It's gonna have the Firestorm mode, probably be at a discounted price. It's gonna have the squad-based mode, combined arms, which it has as it stands, the 4 offline story campaigns. This is a lot of content you are getting. Content you don't see that much of in certain modern games anymore. To use Call of Duty as an example, Call of Duty lacks a real offline experience. If you haven't tried the war stories, and you can't underestimate how they actually are campaign modes, and they're actually feel like more than one campaign mode mixed into one, simply because of the way it's set up into separate stories. What I want to see out of the next Battlefield game, Battlefield 6, is them combining several eras of war, which means that when you go into the matchmaking process, if you select Conquest, every game is going to switch between the Cold War, Modern Warfare, and the Wars 1 and 2. So one game you might have modern weapons and be in a skyscraper type match, and the next game you might be on German grounds or in France during World War II. And then the next game you might be in Vietnam or even in Afghanistan, taking on the Russians. So just imagine a Battlefield game where when you select Conquest, it'll switch between any of those 3 eras. And if you don't like playing in those classic eras and you only want to play in the modern era, then when you select Conquest, instead of putting all eras, you select modern era only, and it'll only shuffle you between modern era games. I think it's a great idea. And if they still have the campaign modes, the war stories, then each war story has to cover a different era as far as it being some kind of tribute or sequel to one of the other Battlefield games. For example, if you select the modern era, you'll see character from Battlefield 4 as well as Hardline potentially make a appearance. If you select, they'll have a war story mode for Bad Company, where you only get to play with them for one episode, but you know it's gonna give you those Bad Company vibes and humor. Then in the next one, it'll be World War II, storming Normandy, since we didn't get that in Battlefield 5, at least yet. There's still a lot of content on its way, and it'll be hard not to make a World War II shooter without D-Day being featured in it at some capacity. We already saw a map that looked similar to D-Day in the campaign mode of Battlefield 1, and that was a crazy experience.
I have eyes on enemy heavy armor east of your current location.
So that being said, it would be incredible if they was able to make Battlefield 6 in such a way that combines all these eras into one game. Do not sleep on the Firestorm mode. Fans of Blackout might just try out Battlefield just for that mode, because they're hooked on Blackout. And Blackout was really Call of Duty's first experience with vehicles and open world environments. And I think they did an incredible job. If you've ever been hesitant to play Call of Duty and you've strictly been a Battlefield fan, you must check out videos of their Blackout mode or play it yourself, so you can see that it definitely captures that Battlefield vibe, which we all know Battlefield started back in the day, but it definitely captures that. And I was thoroughly impressed when I first played it, especially with how smooth the vehicle control once you get a hang of it, as well as how smooth the vehicles actually play, how the scaling is of the map and the environments, how much of a role being able to open and close doors plays. It's pretty incredible. So that being said, fans of Blackout are getting their first taste of gameplay like that, since they didn't get that in previous Call of Duty games, with the exception of certain kill streaks that made you feel like you were controlling a vehicle, or at least a part of a vehicle experience. So that being said, this Firestorm mode might just catch the interest of certain Call of Duty fans that didn't have a way to connect or handle the learning curve in Battlefield before, being only Call of Duty players. But now with that Blackout mode, they've gotten their experience with open world environments and having to travel to the next location or next objective. And when they start seeing that Firestorm footage or highlights or best plays, best kills, it's gonna intrigue them to check out Firestorm. And again, don't worry about how long it takes for the game to catch national attention. Like, it already has that, but I'm saying user reviewly friendly, or whatever you want to call it. And the people that have played the game, Battlefield 5, they know how good it is. And those that haven't, or only played a little bit, or have a preference for accuracy in the timeline and the weapons and the genders, which, if that's your opinion, that's fine. I understand completely that if that's how you get into your games, the accurate, like real world accuracy, then that's how you get into your games, and it's definitely pull you away from the extremely loved Battlefield 5. But I've experienced that with other games where there's something that's not that accurate, and it makes it damn near impossible for me to, it kind of hurts the experience for me. there's some wrestling games that, although they have really good graphics, really good gameplay, they really didn't feel as good as they could have. And that's because of the way they would get up and take damage and their stamina. And as wrestling games got better, they started to add those elements. And it's still not as good as it is in Fire Pro Wrestling. Fire Pro Wrestling, you really feel like you're about to collapse and you got to do your best to win the match. The point is, that's how I've felt about Battlefield, basically. Or that's how at least I think people feel when they get to play it themselves and they give it a chance and they play it. They'll see, come on! They'll see some of the differences in what they're used to. What they're playing is not just about, oh, now I remember the point I was making. This whole time I was trying to pretend like I remembered the point I was trying to make. I was talking about how some people don't like the game because it's not as accurate as they would like to the timeline. And I said I could understand because there's been games that I kind of remain disconnected because of stuff that's missing from the game or stuff that's not accurate to how the game really is. Another example would be Dragon Ball Z. Like, sometimes it's hard for me to just mix up opponents in Dragon Ball Z. I only primarily play in matches that actually happen. You'll never see me put Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Raditz and Saviman. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll never see me do that. For the most part, I'll stick to the timeline and what feels real because that's how I can get into the game. So that being said, if you need accuracy, I get it, but if you want to enjoy an incredible first-person shooter engine, give it a try. And I'm playing like crap right now. I'm playing like a little poop scoop, which I'm not referring to him directly. Clearly, he's killed me twice already. I'm just referring to I'm playing like shit, like a turd. But at the same time, I'm really just soaking it all in. After this video line, then I'm gonna play Battlefield 1 and then finally Battlefield 5. So I'm gonna be able to really see how the games feel back to back. One conquest match in each. Alright.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
I'm trying to see how we're doing right now.
Objective Alpha is now in our control.
We're still in the lead, and it seems like they have a majority of the flags. You see that lighting effect? That's all due to the PlayStation 4 Pro. Just look at the way it breaks. All these years later, it allows the game to still look incredible. I just saw an enemy land up there.
There appears to be an enemy machine gunner east of your position.
So I'm gonna try to see if my guy took him out. Look at the sun crack between all those little.
Looks like we just lost Objective Alpha.
That's due to the PlayStation 4 Pro and boost mode. Pretty incredible. So it gives you a reason to play some of your old games and really see what they look like. Oh, that was Poop Scoop. I was able to kill Poop Scoop. So I was able to get my revenge.
We just took Objective Charlie.
As it stands, I don't believe I could even go over this gate. Okay. I guess I was just struggling with my remote. My X is getting worse and worse.
Objective
But I tried earlier and felt like I couldn't do it.
Get your gear, let's go!
Look at that. Beautiful. Alright. Where's that helicopter? Sounds really close, but I don't see it. Woohoo! That was dangerous. And I went through one of the brakes. Alright, let's keep it moving. Or if we're going to defend this location, let's get a little bit outside of it. So we can catch them off guard. Oh, okay.
Objective Charlie neutralized.
Shoot him. Damn! Really? Really though? That's all on me. It's up to me to kill him now. Got him. I can't tell who he's shooting at.
We no longer control objective Charlie. Enemy light armor has been spotted just east of where you're at.
What are you shooting at, bro? Making me look in places that there aren't any enemies. Alright, let's get inside one of these little bunkers and start capturing the zone. Bam. Look at the lighting.
I have eyes on an enemy helicopter east of your location.
That was pathetic. I need to adjust those settings, man. Oops, I didn't need to just spawn. We're still not in control. Elton. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. I would have been mad if they blocked me from getting there. They're capturing it. We're not. Lost sight of him. Got him. We're still not capturing it. In Battlefield 5, they have that great indicator that reveals how much percentage of the flag is currently occupied by an enemy or a teammate. So sometimes you'll see that little bar and you'll see that there's an enemy somewhere, you just have no idea where. You gotta actually go through the environment and look for him. We're still not capturing this zone, so they probably still have a lot of enemies here.
Objective Delta is no longer under our control.
So difficult to do something as simple as those little gates. I don't know why we're still not taking it over. They must really still have a lot of people here. Question is where. I swore I think I heard a sniper. Alright, we're finally capturing it.
Hostile LAV east of your position.
Got him.
I'm gonna take him out. Objective Echo is neutralized.
There you go. Let's get it.
Listen up, there's a hostile AT soldier west of your location. Objective Echo is now ours.
Firestorm, only a few more days. I'm so excited. Can't wait. We'll play Battlefield Hardline after this, that video. Let's see if we can get up there. Look at these visuals. Oh no, we dropped. We currently appear to have most of the flags. Oh yes. What do they need me to shoot? Where they at? Where they at? Oh.
Listen up. There's a hostile LAV east of your position.
Going way too far. Alright, where are these helicopters at? These hostile helicopters. I'm ready to shoot things.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
He keeps spotting them. Let me stay out the zoom in. Alright, let's move to another location. What are we waiting for here? Oh, there you go. Don't leave that guy.
Objective Alpha.
You see how difficult it is to just get over this wall? Wait till I get to Battlefield 1 and 5. I don't know if that was him, but he thought I didn't feel him shoot me. Alex, target. There you go.
Enemy infantry has been spotted south of your location. Objective Charlie has been neutralized.
Oh shoot.
We have
Got
taken
him.
Objective Charlie.
saw him.
We've taken objective Delta.
Guessing they killed him. Got him. Squad. At this point in the game, it's very important to try to see if you can make one last minute comeback. But it's also just as important to defend the ones that you do have. You don't just capture both and you lose one and then capture the other. You're basically where you started. I don't think we need this much people here. We should have people at Bravo and Alpha. Seems like we could have easily gotten the majority if we just got one more. We got 3, they got 3. Oh. I see somebody. At least I thought I did.
Be advised, I've spotted a
Guess
hostile
not.
tank due east of your location. We have neutralized objective Bravo.
He has to be here somewhere. Oh, down here. I was seeing him on the radar, but I couldn't find him in front of me. Wow.
They got me pinned down.
As I was saying, man, look how gorgeous this game looks. And we're falling, but we fought violently at the end.
I've eyes on a hostile vehicle. East of your position. Objective Echo is neutralized. I spotted an enemy AT soldier located to your west.
And that was that, man. I don't know how many deaths I had in the entire match. But I do know that at the end I had a nice little kill streak. Can't believe I'm only 13 on this account. My other account, I believe I was like 49. So I finished 15 and 14, above 500, which is all I can ask for. Like really, especially with the start I had. Thanks for watching. Next video is going to be Battlefield Hardline Conquest Mode. Subscribe for more videos. Peace.